Hi, very good evening. I hope you're all doing good. So we'll proceed with today's live session. We have oral radiology topics for today. As you can see, we'll be discussing in brief about latitude, focusing cup, Bitewing radiography indications, ultrasonography range, and about the radiographic features of cyst, one of the cysts, right? So very good evening once again. Hi Srish, hi Akshaya, Saida, Richa, Neha, hi Soumya, hi Ganga, Devna, hi Nandini, Komal, Monica, hi Harjit, BA, hi Kushwaha, hello, hi Shilpa, Anaka, Karishma, Subhasesh, Anupama, hi, a very good evening all of you, right? So we'll proceed with today's discussion. So as we have been doing for the past couple of weeks, I've shared the soft copy of all the MCQs for today's and tomorrow's discussion in our Google group. I hope you have gone through them and solved the questions. Hi Chavi, Riddhi, hi. A very good evening. So we'll proceed with our first question. All of the following are true about focusing cup, except option A, it is made of molybdenum. Option B, positively charged. Option C, electrostatically focuses electrons emitted by the filament into narrow beam towards the anode. Option D, none of the above. So all of the following are true about focusing cup, except. So which among the following is a false statement? So we have discussed in detail about the parts of X-ray machine and functions of individual components in one of the previous videos. It's available in our e-classes. Also, I posted that on YouTube, right? So, which among the following is a false statement? Hi, Bharati. Very good evening. Focusing cup. Yes, so as you all know, focusing cup is something that is negatively charged, parabolic in shape, and made of molybdenum, helps in electrostatically repulsing the electrons or same charged particles towards the opposite side target anode towards the focal spot, isn't it? So focusing cup is a negatively charged concave reflector made of molybdenum. The parabolic shape of focusing cup electrostatically focuses electrons emitted by the filament into narrow beam directed at a small area on the anode called focal spot. So all this are discussed in detail in the parts of X-ray machine. You can refer that video for more information. And the electrons move to the focal spot because they are repelled by the negatively charged cathode and attracted to the positively charged anode, right? So option B is the false statement. So focusing cup is negatively charged. Hi Ajaj. Yes, Rish, thank you. Yes, it's been streaming fine here. Anyways, if you think it's buffering late, refresh the page or try closing the app and then reopen the app. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. Latitude refers to ability of an image receptor to capture a range of X-ray exposures, ability to distinguish different densities in radiographic image, capacity for distinguishing fine detail in an image, and option D, ability to respond to small amounts of radiation. So which among the following suits the definition for latitude? Latitude. Hi Disha, very good evening. So, Akshaya, Devna, Ganga, Aishwarya. Hi Aishwarya. Chavi, Soumya, Harjit. We all stick on to option A. Okay. Then also explain or what does option B, C and D mean? So what terms are more appropriate for the rest of the options? So as you rightly said, the ability of an image receptor to capture a range of X-ray exposures. Is nothing but latitude. Then what you call the ability to distinguish different densities in a radiographic image, and what do you call the capacity to distinguish fine details in image, and most importantly what do you call the property of ability to respond to small amounts of radiation. Okay, Akshaya says B is contrast, C is sharpness. Then what about D? So very good, Ganga. So I'm sure you have referred White and Farrell. Excellent. Contrast resolution, spatial resolution, detector sensitivity. Bingo. Impressive, Ganga. So ability to distinguish different densities in radiographic image. Option B is nothing but contrast resolution. Whereas option C, capacity for distinguishing fine detail in an image is spatial resolution, as Ganga rightly mentioned, and ability to detect or to respond to small amounts of radiation is nothing but sensitivity. Detector sensitivity, right? Exactly, Devna. Resolution is more appropriate term, right? Very good. Now, so option A is right answer. Latitude refers to the ability of an image receptor to capture a range of X-ray exposures. Now let's move to the third question. Let's see how many of you are going to answer it right. Bitewing images are useful in evaluating or detecting all of the following except. So bitewing images are useful in evaluating or detecting all of the following except interproximal caries, secondary caries, calculus, periodontal status. So think before you answer. Bitewing images are useful in evaluating or detecting all of the following except. By the way, all these questions are framed by us. We have referred standard textbooks and then we have reframed the questions. We have in fact created these questions. So let's see how well you're going to answer. So Anushka says A. Akshay says D. Aishwarya, B, A, Riddhi, you all say D. So you mean to say periodontal status cannot be evaluated using bitewing? So we have altogether mixed response. Disha, Devna, Karishma say option C, calculus. Karishma Gautam, Karishma K. Anaka says option C, Komal says option B, Soumya, Neha, Chavi C. So we almost have all the options. So we have covered all the options. Srish says option A. So which one do you think is the right answer? So first of all, tell me what all do you see in a bitewing? For example, you have bitewing in relation to first and fourth quadrant in respect to molar, and second premolar. So what are all the structures you'll find? So Aishwarya says it's a good question. Okay, Aishwarya, then give me a good answer. Yes, Karishma says interproximal caries, periodontal is visible for sure. Good. So as you said, interproximal caries is visible in radiograph, Bitewing. And also the alveolar crest, as you said, periodontal, interdental bone or alveolar crest is also visible, isn't it? Richa says calculus. If you remember, even specks of calculus or white radio opaque masses can be seen in Bitewing radiographs, which is nothing but calculus. Haven't you ever seen calculus on a radiograph? So Chavi says interproximal caries and bone loss, BS is crown, interdental bone, exactly. Harjit says periodontal disease and interproximal caries can be detected. Very good. Yes, so even interproximal calculus can be seen, isn't it? So what do you think is the right answer? So as we have been discussing, Bitewing, also called as interproximal images, include the crowns of maxillary and mandibular teeth and alveolar crest on the same image, on the same radiograph. So Bitewing receptors can be used for detecting interproximal caries. In fact, interproximal caries can be detected only through Bitewing, which are not visible clinically. Through Bitewing we can detect the initial carious lesions interproximal, isn't it? And also option B, secondary caries, because often in IOPA we might miss out these secondary caries beneath the respiration. So Bitewing clearly gives you the presence of these secondary caries also, right? So we can rule out option B. And coming to calculus, as you all mentioned, even interproximal calculus can be detected. So even option C can be ruled out. And option D, periodontal status, obviously, because in the interproximal crest or interdental crest is visible, whenever there is horizontal bone loss, obviously the crestal loss is clearly evident on your radiograph, right? So even option D can be ruled out. So this question has no answer. There is no answer. There is no correct answer for this question. So all of the following can be detected using Bitewing, right? So Bitewing images are useful in evaluating and detecting all the four. And do note down this point. That's very, very important. Because of the relatively low density of calculus, calculus can be better visualized on images which are made with reduced exposure, because calculus is comparatively low radio opaque than your enamel dentin. So in order to better visualize calculus, we have to reduce the exposures to better visualize calculus, right? So do note down that point also. Exactly. As you all mentioned, so all of the following are, or they can be detected using your Bitewing radiographs, right? I hope it's clear. Fine. Okay, now let's move on to the penultimate question. Diagnostic ultrasonography uses vibratory frequencies in the range of 1 to 20 megahertz MHz, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 megahertz. Megahertz, MEGAHERTZ. So if you have this conversion, 1000 kilohertz is equal to 1 megahertz, right? You can just note down that. Yeah, you can consider it whatever. Good. So, yes, hi Preeti, good evening. So, coming to the question, diagnostic ultrasonography uses vibratory frequencies in the range of, which is the more appropriate answer? 1 to 20 megahertz, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, and as I said, 1000 kilohertz is equal to 1 megahertz. Disha, there is no answer for that question, right? Because since all four are indications for interproximal Bitewing radiograph, there is no right answer for it. If you have an option none, then you could have gone for it. So coming to fourth question, you said option A, Ganga, Aishwarya and Chavi. Rest of you. So sonography is based on these sound waves, Doppler effect as you all know, and ultrasound has a periodicity greater than 20,000 or 20 kilohertz. More than 20 kilohertz, we consider that to be ultrasound. 7,000 to 10,000 we have this range, that is for your sonic. Ultrasonic will be more than 20,000 hertz or 20 kilohertz. And as per your white and Farrow, diagnostic ultrasonography uses vibratory frequencies in the range of 1 to 20 megahertz. Option A is right answer. Fine. Option A, 1 to 20 megahertz. And also make a note, by definition, ultrasound has a periodicity greater than 20 kilohertz. And diagnostic ultrasonography incorporates vibratory frequencies in the range of 1 to 20 megahertz. Fine. I hope you have no confusion. Now moving on to the final question. Heart-shaped radiolucency. Very standard and previously asked several times. Heart-shaped radiolucency, heart-shaped, is seen in nasolabial cyst, nasopalatine cyst, glandular odontogenic cyst, and calcifying cystic odontogenic tumor. So in which of the following do you find heart-shaped radiolucency? And the rest of the cysts and the radiographic features were covered in detail in textbook discussion in our e-classes. You can refer that for more information. Heart-shaped radiolucency. Yes, be 5,000 to 7,000, it will be in the range of sonic frequency. Up to 20,000 is your ultrasonic, or more than 20,000 is your ultrasonic. In case of diagnostic ultrasonography, it's way more higher, 1 to 20 megahertz. As I said, 1000 kilohertz is equal to 1 megahertz. Yes, so you want to say option B, nasopalatine cyst. Okay, since you said, since you answered it right, now tell me, why do you have this heart-shaped radiolucency? Because normally any cyst should be of either circular or oval in outline, isn't it? But why do you have this heart-shaped radiolucency? What could be the reason for that? Yes, it is nasopalatine cyst, heart-shaped radiolucency, but why do you have this heart-shaped radiolucency? And remember, not in all cases you find this heart-shaped radiolucency. You find circular or oval, but in few cases only you find this heart-shaped. So what could be the reason for this? Yes, Karishma. Depending upon the, see, nasopalatin is present in the nasopalatin foramen or canal. So if it is present more anteriorly, as you said, it can also be called as median anterior maxillary cyst. If the same cyst is present posteriorly, if the same cyst is present more posteriorly, we call it as median palatal cyst, isn't it? Yes, what you said is exactly right. Anyways, Karishma, refer to our textbook discussion where I have covered all of this. Superimposition of nasal spine, very good and very, very important.
She's sleeping.
And she is going to answer. So why do you have this heart-shaped radiolucency? Toffee? Why do you have heart-shaped radiolucency? Yes, because of superimposition of anterior nasal spine. Exactly. Toffee, say hi. Say hi to all your friends and your fans. Say hi, Toffee. In fact, she was sleeping, so I had to wake her up so that she would attend live session. Toffee, say hi. Okay. Yeah, usually it's present between two central incisors. It could be responsible for this spacing also because of superimposition of anterior nasal spine. You have this heart-shaped radiolucency, right? You wishing happy Valentine's Day to Toffee. Very unfortunate. You haven't wished anyone in our, among the aspirants who have attended this live session, but you're somehow wishing Toffee. I don't know the reason, Chavi. Hi, Bernice. Hi. So after a long time. Right. So we'll have a summary of all that we have discussed so far. So initially we have discussed about focusing cup, the features of focusing cup in an X-ray machine and its function, and a few definitions like latitude, spatial resolution, as you said, contrast, and also sensitivity of a film. And Bitewing radiograph indications or uses of Bitewing, more or less, right? The diagnostic uses of the Bitewing radiograph and diagnostic ultrasonography and its frequency. And finally, we have gone through the cystic appearance, radiographic appearance of nasopalatal cyst, right? So this is in brief. A few important points which I wanted to discuss in this live session. Tomorrow we should have a few more topics from pharmacology, right? The most dreadful topic for any aspirant, or for most of the aspirants. So Toffee, you have many Valentine's Day wishes. So definitely Toffee is also wishing you all the same. Happy Valentine's Day. And what are you really doing here in live session when you have Valentine's Day? I thought you would all be busy with your own personal schedule. Hi Mithun, you're most welcome. So once you have a look into our Google group, you'll know what's happening, right? Anyways, you can just go through our Google group. We have shared all the soft copies over there with dates and all. You will have much more clarity like what's happening or what would happen in our live sessions. Karishma says you have started liking pharmacology, which is very good. Yes, Komal. So Valentine's Day, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. is considered to be very crucial. Maybe 6 p.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. So I guess you have already wasted 45 minutes of time. I'm getting a question from that side. What am I doing? I'm having nothing. So what do you want me to have? So I'm married, right? So I can't have much entertainment. The studies, no, not really. And these people are saying that they're having Dental Pulse or other books as Valentine. Okay. So Akshay says, Sapna Valentine studies. Harjit says, you're having Valentine with Pulse. Okay. Okay, there is an ad in the middle of live chat. Okay. Fine. Right? So anyways, as one of you wish you all happy Valentine's Day also. I hope you will get your right Valentine. So the moment I say Valentine's Day, you can see Spike and the members who are watching live. Hi Nazir, glad to hear that and thank you for the feedback. Okay, then see you again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Okay, I'm sorry, Nejwa, hi Nejwa. Right, so as I mentioned previously, in one of the previous videos titled NEET MDS 2019 preparation tips, which we have done the previous weekend. So I hope you're allotting more and more amount of time. Even when I started interacting with most of the students for the past 2 days, most of them say that they have to put up more and more amount of quantity. That's very important. So initially, you might have started your prep last October, November, or even December, or at least in Jan. You might have started with 1 hour a day, or maybe 2 hours a day. So you might have realized by now, at least it has been 1 month or more than 1 month, right? So try to improve the amount of time or increase the amount of time you're spending on preparation, which is very crucial, and see to that you spend or increase it at a gradual pace, right? 3 to 4 hours a day or 4 to 5 hours a day, and try to improve your quantity day by day. And use your weekly and daily schedules, right? You can use them normally anterograde, or you can use them retrograde, right? So daily and weekly schedules, use them, take a printout, get a book done, and then note down all the things which you have been doing, monitor your preparation, and then see how you can improve based on your yesterday's performance, right? Consider this very, very important, very, very, very important, right? So don't take it for granted. You'll definitely see an improvement in your preparation, right? So that itself will act as a motivating factor, right? In fact, I've got positive feedback from many of the students on using these schedules. So you can get them in our Google group, or you can, in fact, I've mailed all of you, right? Or you can even download that from general section of e-classes. You'll definitely find it useful. Take a printout, follow it sincerely, and you're going to do your best. And that's going to be the best thing, and obviously the output is going to be just fantastic, right? So believe in yourself, keep on working. You feel demotivated, just take some break and then try come back again, right? You need further help or assistance, you can always drop a mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com. Wish you all the best, love you all, take care, bye. Samir Rao, yes, in fact I expected that kind of question. So obviously the question would be cancelled, or no matter what you mark, you'll be granted +4, right? I would do that at least. So there is not even close answer. So you can go for, I mean, in fact, if there is something like none, you can go for it, or else all the 4 are not the answer, right? Yeah. Okay, Nejua, glad to hear that you're preparing for HAED dentist exam. Okay, and thank you for the feedback. Okay, see you then tomorrow 8 p.m.